Hi guys, today's tutorial is on how to know if the second-hand restraint you're buying or you've been given is fit for purpose. Alright, let's start with the harness. So what we want to do is we want to see if the harness is going to adjust. Happens to be quite a common thing that some of the older ones really struggle to move. So as your baby grows, you're going to need to make more room for it. So you need to know if that's going to move and give it space. As you can see, this one does, so that's fine. While we're there, we want to look at the actual harness itself, so we want to slide the pads up and down, make sure there's no cuts or abrasions, follow it through on both sides, follow it through from where the lower part is, same with the crotch buckle, that's all fine. Then we follow it through the back, as you can see that all looks fine, follow it down to the splitter plate, and then from the splitter plate right down to the adjuster, and that's the back end of the adjuster. So what I used before, and I want to see the adjuster has no rusting or anything like that there. While we're there, we take a look at, see if they've got adjustable crotch buckle so that you can take that out, so it's removable. See what I've done there? I've just slid it sideways and I push it through. I do the same thing on the other side, and then I can remove the whole crotch buckle. And that's important because sometimes, especially those older ones, you don't get an audible click. So an audible click is just when you put the first buckle in, you hear a light noise. The second one, whoops, you would have heard that click. That's how you know you've got a reliable one. Well, sometimes sand or dirt gets inside these crotch buckles. When that happens, you won't get that noise, and then you need to remove this, wash it through with some water, and then it's fixed. But if you can't remove it, you have to remove the whole restraint. Alright, now we've done that, we want to test that the harness actually is going to lock and stay locked under tension. So first I'm going to give it a bit of slack, then I'm going to put my knee on it, and then I'm going to give it some force and make sure it doesn't move. As you can see, that's all fine. So then we want to look at the back end, so any other moving components we want to check. So this one being a convertible, it converts into a rear facing position, and also reclined front facing or forward facing, and elevated vertical forward facing. So then we check that. We've also got a stabilizer bar, you can see, so it's all loose, so it needs to be able to lock. So how's it going to lock? By lifting, and there we go. So now I push on it, it's not going to go anywhere. And then we want to make sure that it can pack away when you need it to. So here I am, it's the blue button as you can see, and it says press to store. Hold that down, and there she goes, back into storage. So we know all the moving parts are doing their job, and it's fit for purpose so far anyway. So once we've done all those checks, we want to start looking for the cracks or marbling that might be there, usually if it's an accident, so we can pull away the trim. Anywhere where there's a connection from a belt, it will usually be some kind of crack or marbling. That's fine there. Same thing on the other side. And where the tether connects, no crack or marbling. That would just be a lot of white around the edges if it was marbling. Through here where the harness goes, nothing there, nothing here. There's the lower end of the harness. There's no marbling around here, no marbling around there, so this one is all fine. You can see this has not been an accident. Very important. Then, one of the most common things that gets missed is this one, the actual manual. So the manual is really important because without it, especially if it's in a rear facing position that you're putting it in for a newborn, you can't know what actual angle the manufacturer wants it set on, so your baby can be safe in travel. So try and remember that, guys, if you can. One of the most important questions you'll ask is, does it have a manual? It's going to save you a lot of problems later. Alrighty. Lastly, we want to check the build date. So in this country, our best practice rule is 10 years. Anything over 10 years, we discard. Usually they have a sticker of a build date somewhere around here. If they don't, then there'll be some kind of mould clock, as they call it, on the actual chassis. So as you can see on this one, right in here, there's a mole clock, and it's got the month and the year that it was built. But luckily, this one has a sticker with the build date on it. You can see that. There we go. It's the 20th of the 8th, 2009. So this one is 9 years old, a little over 9 years old. Meaning that if I had a newborn I wanted to put this in, I wouldn't be able to put it in for very much longer, not even a whole year. And then I'd need to get a new one. So if I bought this, it's not really worth my time to have it all installed, then go get a new one and have it installed again. So you want to look at the date as well, guys, very important.